But let me introduce myself. So my name is Richard Newbury. So I am the regional manager for the Middle East from Montfort University. So I'm going to be with you for the next hour, and I'm going to be answering questions all about studying in the UK, all about studying here at DMU. So please, what I recommend doing, have a quick flick through our website, just have a look at what we're about, what courses we offer, and then find any question you want to fire at me. I'm open to difficult questions. They're the most interesting ones for me. So please, anything you want to know about studying in the UK and about DMU, please fire away to me in the chat. I will try and get around to everybody. I appreciate there's probably going to be a few questions coming over to me, so I will stay patient. I will try and get to you. So what I do to start with, I think it's quite clear that the big question in the room is going to be, how does the coronavirus situation affect me and my potential study in the UK? So what I'm going to do is quickly just cover that first. So at the moment, we don't have a definitive idea about how this is going to work, how this is going to affect the potential September fall intake. But what we're doing at the moment is just collating enough information, as much information as we can from the UK government, from also our students as well, and then we can react accordingly. At the moment, it looks as though we're going to have a delayed start to the September intake, and I think this is for the best. What we are doing at the moment is waiting for UK government guidance on also travel. Is it safe for students to travel to the UK at that point? But we're also listening to students as well, because there's sort of two options we can look at. We can look at having some of our teaching done online, which we have the infrastructure to do. But there's also the option of delaying our on-campus live teaching to a later date where it's safe to go. And we'll only make that decision when we get the best information possible from the UK government and from our students. So unfortunately, I can't really give you a clear guidance on how that's going to work in particular at the moment, but that will transpire in the next few weeks or so. But that is our approach. We will listen to the UK government and we will listen to our students. If our students are telling us that they are fearful of coming to the UK, they feel as though it might not be safe to do so in October of this year, we will move our teaching online. If our students, quite the opposite, say, we value being on campus, we value being around other students, we value being in the UK, then we will listen to that and we'll act accordingly, and we'll move our September intake back, possibly to October, possibly to November, but we also have the ability to move back to January as well. So unfortunately, I can't give you a definitive answer at the moment, but going forwards, I'm sure in the next few weeks, we'll get a better idea. And inshallah, this whole coronavirus situation gets better for everyone around the world, and we can move on with our study plans, etc., and things can return to normal. So at this point, if you would like to ask any questions in the audience, please do. Please start adding your questions in the chat, and I'll try and get round to them as soon as I can. So I see we've got one question from Abdullah about requirements. So requirements, it will completely depend on which program you are studying from and which school system you're coming from. So I know in Egypt we have various different schools. You've got the American system, you've got the British system, you've also got IB systems as well. So if you want to be a bit more clear about that in the chat, let me know. But in general, if you've gone to a British school and you've done A-levels, 3Bs in general will get you entry onto most of our programs. Some might be a little less, some might be a little more in terms of the UCAS points needed. For example, pharmacy, architecture, are some of our courses where we need slightly more than 3Bs. But for most business courses, it's slightly less, etc. But 3Bs from any A-level school will be absolutely fine for most of our programs. The American system is a bit more complicated. There's lots of different elements to the American system that make it more complicated. But in general, a GPA of 3 in the high school diploma, and then a SAT 1 of 1200 or above, and then a SAT 2 or AP tests will generally, again, get you admission to most of our programs as well. In terms of our English language requirements, that's a sort of big question at the moment. So obviously a lot of IELTS test centres are closed at the moment, which makes it very, very difficult for students to come come on to get an IELTS exam done. So actually, we have our own English test now, which students can take online. If you get in touch with BESA or you get in touch with our local representative in Cairo, he will arrange for your test to be done. This is simply done online. You can do it from your home, very, very easy, done in your laptop. It's extremely similar to an IELTS exam, and that can be done free of charge to anyone that has an offer. So if you are struggling to get an IELTS test done, please get in touch with us, and we can arrange for that test to be booked in. At the moment, we're doing tests every week. So get in touch with us if you need to have an IELTS test done as well. Right, so I'm going to throw. I'll throw it. If you do have any questions at all, I'm going to throw it out to the floor. So hello to everyone. Hello to Hamza. Hello to Abdallah. Hello to Anuja. Hello to Mohammed and Ali and Ahmed as well. So please, if you have any questions, let me know in the chat. Just scroll down. Great, we're just getting a few come through. Great. So in the meantime, I'll give you a little introduction to the Montfort University. So for DMU, this is actually our 150th year. So we were founded in 1870. Originally as an art and design college. We now have courses in business and law. We have courses in health and life sciences. We also have courses in engineering, computing and media. And we also have an art and design school, one of the best art and design schools in the UK, and a brand new art and design school. So we have a brand new £60 million art and design school, and that covers courses like architecture, interior design, fashion design. We are extremely famous for here in the UK. We are based in the city of Leicester, so we are one of the most multicultural cities in the UK, and in Europe, in fact. So we are extremely welcoming. We're about 1 hour away from London via the train, and we are slap bang in the middle of the UK, in the middle of England. Leicester is sort of famous for sport, for football. Leicester actually won the Premier League 3 years ago, which people from Leicester are extremely proud of. We don't have any Egyptian players that I know of at the moment. We don't have any Mo Salahs to brag about. But Leicester is the 10th biggest city in the UK. Very, very welcoming. The campus itself is right in the middle of the city. So students have the ability to walk anywhere. There's no need. It's not like Cairo where you get stuck in traffic, or you have to get the metro, or you have to walk across, danger yourself by walking across the street. Leicester is a it's a medium-sized city, but everything you will ever need is within walking distance of the campus as well. So that's a little bit about Leicester. If you do have any questions or anything you want to cover, if you want me to cover at the moment, please let me know in the chat. If not, I'll just carry on talking about what I know about DMU. But yeah, please let me know if you have anything you want me to cover in the chat, and I'll be happy to answer the questions that you may have. So hello, Yasmin and Yusuf. Unfortunately, hello, Oliver Bradburn. Unfortunately, so I don't speak any Arabic, I'm afraid. So you'll need to translate that into English, I'm afraid. Right, scholarships we've got covered, fantastic. Right, so scholarship package, good question. So what we do at the moment, what we have available in terms of scholarships is a £2,000 guaranteed scholarship to all of our Egyptian students or any other students based in the Middle East. This is a guaranteed £2,000 scholarships for the first year of study. So if it's a master's degree, it will obviously cover the master's degree tuition fee. If it's an undergraduate, if it's an undergraduate 3-year course we're looking at, it will only be for the first year of study, and that is guaranteed on students accepting their place here at DMU before the 31st of July. We'll have a look at extending that deadline, because obviously, we don't want to force any students or pressurize any students into making decisions at this point. We understand that Some students will have some apprehension, etc., about studying in the UK at the moment and travelling because of the coronavirus. We completely understand that. So I'm pretty sure we'll extend that deadline. But any students at the moment who will pay their deposit and confirm their place on their course with us will receive a £2,000 guaranteed discount. We do have another scholarship scheme. So this is for undergraduate students and for postgraduate students, but this is done on an application basis. So you will need to write your scholarship application to either myself or Ahmed El Shakawi, the Egypt manager. And what we're looking for here is for students, obviously with very good grades, but also students that are leaders, students that have done charity work, community work, NGO work. We're looking for students that are going to represent our university in any form. It may be through sports, it may be through other endeavours too. So we're looking at extracurricular activity as well. Obviously, we'll also look at financial hardship as well. So we have a partial scholarship scheme for undergraduate students of £5,000 too, but that is done, like I said, on an application basis. And for postgraduate students, we have a £4,000 package available. So get in touch with Bessa or get in touch with either myself or our local rep Ahmed, and you will just need to write a short application towards us, and we will then assess that scholarship package for you as well. Hello, Amma. Fantastic. Amma, righto. So in terms of courses that we offer, medical courses that we offer. So unfortunately, we don't offer any courses that will train you as a doctor. We do have courses in biomedical science and medical science, but when we also have courses that will train you to be a pharmacist and courses that will train you to be a forensic scientist and courses that will train you to be a nurse. So we have a registered nursing course here at Doom. Unfortunately, we don't do anything in gynecology or anything in that regard, I'm afraid. We do courses in radiology, but nothing that unfortunately will train you to be a doctor. A lot of our courses can be a pathway towards being a doctor, but we don't have anything that will qualify you as a doctor, I'm afraid. And I'm afraid it's not free either. I think studying medicine in the UK is extremely expensive, I'm afraid. Let's keep going. Right, so welcome, Wassam. Entry requirements. Wassam, just let me know which schooling system you're doing. That'll be fantastic, because I know particularly in Egypt and the Middle East, there's lots of different school systems are going. So just let me know which school you're at, and I can go through entry requirements in a bit more detail with you. So will your deposit be refunded should you change your mind, or should the situation change? Absolutely yes. You're more than safe enough to confirm, to pay your deposit with us and confirm your place. There'll be no detriment to you. Should you change your mind, you'll be refunded the £4,000 deposit in full. Previously, in previous years, we have charged students £50 to do this, to refund them. In this situation, we will not charge anything for students if they change their mind. So if you do confirm your place with us on your course and want to change your mind, or you want to defer your offer to a next intake, say for example next year, 2021, you can just we can just hold the deposit for you, and then we'll provide you with an alternate offer letter, or you can get refunded, and absolutely you will not be charged. You won't be charged anything by the university, and you'll get your money. You'll get your refund back usually in about 2 weeks. So yeah, it's completely safe to pay the deposit. You won't be at any detriment at all. So Yusuf, welcome Yusuf, Ramadan Kareem to you. So how many O levels and A levels are required to study business in University of Manchester or college in Manchester, or even a high school there? I can't tell you how much, I don't know what it would be to study at the University of Manchester. I can tell you how many it would be to study in the UK in general and at the Montfort University. So you will usually need 3 or 4 A levels, depending on your grades. and you will usually need you will usually need 5 or more O levels at A to C grades, and you will need to usually depending on the level of UCAS points you need. So if you check the individual course you're looking for and check how many UCAS points you will need, there's then a UCAS, what's called a UCAS tariff, and you can use a calculator there to figure out what grades you will need in your A levels. But usually you will need to study at least 3 A levels, possibly 4, depending on what grades you're predicted, and how many UCAS points you will need. Depending on your course and your university there. So for most of our courses here at DMU, you will usually need around 3 Bs at A level to get onto most of our courses. Some courses are a little higher. Pharmacy, architecture, nursing can be slightly higher than that. Some of them slightly lower. Business courses usually around 2 Bs and a C. But in general, 3 Bs, which is around 128 UCAS points, will get you onto most of our courses here at De Montfort University. For University of Manchester, you'll have to check with them. It'd probably be slightly higher, as they're a highly ranked university as well. Yusuf Mohammed, okay, GC. Amma, welcome, Amma. So Amma, you've asked, is there fully funded or partial funded scholarship in medical field? We do have PhDs. We have research degrees in the medical field, which we do periodically have fully funded scholarships with. You'll need to be quite sort of nifty and very sharp on our website just to check that, because these scholarships come up possibly once in the year. So we have various different PhD intakes in the medical field, and you'll need to check our website really quick to see if there are fully funded DMU scholarships for those programs. So we do have fully funded scholarships, but they are done. They are allocated as per the strength of people's research proposals, and they're also done on subject as well. So depending on which subject we are inviting students in, we require more research students on. We will provide fully funded scholarships in that field. Partially funded scholarships, like I said, we will have a guaranteed £2,000 scholarships for all of our research students. It doesn't matter which field. It doesn't matter which field they're studying in. It's not a problem. That will be a guaranteed £2,000 scholarship there as well. So I really recommend having a look at our doctoral college website and having a look at the scholarships for research degrees. Hello Gladys, welcome to the stream. If you do have any questions for me, please let me know. Yeah, that's Yusuf. Yeah, if you get in touch, so we have our partners here from BESA in the stream. So we have Mohammed Tawab, and we also have Ali as well, Ali Abdel Rauf, and also we also have our local regional representative Ahmed Shark as well, based in Egypt too. So please get in touch with any of those. They'll be happy to help you with building an application to DMU. Amma, you can contact me, no problem. What I'll do is at the end of the stream, I'll put my contact details in, or you can contact me through Facebook. So this is done through my Facebook account. You can contact me through here. So also, if you go onto the DMU website as well, my email address and my WhatsApp is on there too as well. So if you just go to the DMU website, it's dmu.ac.uk, and just search in the search bar for Richard Newbury, you'll find my contact details on there as well. If not, I'll pop it onto this page as well at the end of the stream, so you can contact me, or you can just message me through Facebook on here as well. Okay, scrolling through here. Any questions at all? Is a good time to ask. I'm happy to answer any even difficult questions. I'm happy to answer. They're usually the best ones. So anyone just joining the stream, please please ask me any questions or any topics you want to you wish for me to cover. Right, I'm getting some messages come through now. I think I'm getting direct messaged here. So I've just been asked a question on the messenger from Freeway. So you've asked, do you help students from Swaziland? Yes, we do. So we have a team that covers the whole of Africa. We have a representative in the southern of Africa who will be able to help you as well. So yeah, basically, if you complete the form, so BESA don't just work in Egypt; they also work the whole of Africa. So they'll be able to help you with an application there, and we also have staff on the ground in Southern Africa too who can help you with your application as well. So yeah, if you go through BESA, they'll be able to manage your application for you, and then we'll be able to help you along the way in your application process. Okay, fabulous. All right, anyone new to the stream, please ask me any questions. Happy to answer any questions at all. Right, Mohammed, right, any idea about September intake? So what's most likely going to happen is that we're going to move our September intake to a delayed start. So at the moment we have an enrolment deadline of October the 15th. It's very likely that that's going to be moved back by at least a month, we imagine. We won't make any decisions about that now, as of yet. We will wait until we get information from the UK government, but also information from our students as well. At the moment, obviously, international travel is severely restricted. University campuses are closed. We are expecting that to relax a little, but we don't know to what extent that's going to be by the time the September intake starts. So we will listen to the UK government. We will also listen to our students. If our students say that they value online, live, on-campus teaching, they value coming to the UK, they value being around other students, we will absolutely endeavour to do our best to keep all of our teaching on campus. If our students, on the other hand, are apprehensive, they are really, really concerned about coming to the UK, about the safety of it, we will listen to our students, and we have more than enough infrastructure to deliver all of our teaching online. Most likely, if we do have to deliver our teaching online, we'll only do it for a semester. So we will have our first semester delivered online, and then students will then join in January 2021. We also have a big extended January course offerings as well. So whether we extend our deadline for September or whether we move September's semester to an online teaching, either way, we'll give the students the option of starting in January as well. So we've extended our course listings. We now have around 60 courses that will start in January, which gives students the flexibility. So I understand some will not want to travel as early as October. Some will be happy to do teaching online. Some will rather defer their study of their start of their study until January. Some will be absolutely fine to come in September. Some will be absolutely fine to come now. So what we're doing is making sure we make the best possible decision based on the best possible information, but also giving students the best possible options as well. Obviously, we will not do anything that endangers students. We will not take any risks, even if the university does reopen in September for an intake. I'm sure there'll be a lot of safety measures in place to ensure that students are safe and they're not endangered in any way. So unfortunately, I can't really give you a really clear-cut answer on that. All I'll say is we will listen to the UK government, and we will also listen to our students, and we will give everyone the best possible options we can in how they want to study their degree. Okay. Anyone new to the stream, please ask me any questions at all. I'm happy to take any questions or any topics that you want me to cover at all. Let's just try and scroll down. Right, yeah, if you are new to the stream, please, I'm happy to take any questions at all, any topics you want me to cover in the stream at all. Just have a look on Messenger, see if we've got any more here. No. Right, I'm just getting a few messages on how to apply. So if you contact BESA, you can contact BESA through this webpage, and they will be able to help you with the application. They will manage everything from the application stage right through to the visa stage and arriving in the UK. So they're very, very experienced in this. They've been around in the business for over 20 years now. We've been working with them for a long, long time. So if you do wish to apply, get in touch with them. They will manage your application and the documents that you require. You don't need all of your documents at the moment. We understand that obviously university schools are closed at this point in time, and it may be quite difficult to get hold of some transcripts, etc. At this stage, we don't need all of your documents for you to apply and to get an offer. Just submit what you can. In general, what we need is obviously your degree certificates or high school certificates and your transcripts. We'll also need an English language test. So if you do need an English language test, please get in touch with us. We have our own secure online English language test, which you can take from the comfort of your own home. Generally, we would also need some references from your school as well, or your university. And we need a personal statement which describes why you want to study at Montfort University, why you want to study your course, why you want to study in the UK, etc. As well. Some courses will have slight variations on this. You may need to do a portfolio, for example, for art and design programs or a media program. But generally, those documents are what we need for admission to your program. Like I said, don't worry if you don't have them at the moment. We aren't expecting students at this stage, even without ignoring the corona situation. We don't expect students to have all of these documents at this stage. Just get the application in, and we can provide students with a conditional offer at this stage. Right, getting some more messages. Let's have a look at the stream. Anyone new to the stream, please let me know any topics you want to know. Moima, welcome to you. Omar Abdulaziz, welcome to you. Ramadan Kareem. Unfortunately, we don't have any medicine bachelors. What you have in the UK, you basically have schools of medicine, which will teach programs which will be the end goal of getting students to be a qualified doctor. We don't have the degrees that will do that, but we do have degrees in biomedical science, medical science, forensic science, pharmacy and nursing, which will allow you to work in healthcare. So you can still be a qualified pharmacist, you can still be a qualified nurse. We do have students who actually do biomedical science, 2 years of biomedical science, and then will transfer to a school of medicine, which is an option. It isn't a formal option, we don't advertise this, but it's an option for students as well. But students doing these degrees in medical science, forensic science, biomedical science can still work in hospitals, can still work in research, in pharmaceuticals, etc. So it can still work in the medical industry, and there's still fantastic job opportunities. So, for example, our biomedical course is associated by the Biomedical Association in the UK, and also our pharmacy course is accredited by the General Pharmaceutical Council. And that means you will be a qualified biomedical scientist, or a qualified pharmacist. And our employability record is exceptional in these cases. So it's actually 100% employability for pharmacy, where 100% of our students are actually getting graduate level jobs or going into research after they finish their degree. So even though it's not a school of medicine, it doesn't qualify you as a doctor, there's still fantastic opportunities that you can get as a qualified healthcare practitioner in the UK by studying with DMU. I hope that answers your question. If you've got a follow-up on any of those courses that I mentioned, Omar, just let me know. And I'm happy to go into a bit more detail about what you can do afterwards. Just going down. If you are new to the stream, please let me know if you want me to cover any topics or ask me any questions at all. I'll be happy to answer any at all. Just trying to scroll down. Yusuf, I need more. I need 4 more O-level and 3 A-levels to study only over 2 years. Do you have any tips how I can manage that? So you need 4 A-levels. So generally, you will need more than 2 years to study 4 O-levels and 3 A-levels. Some schools, however, will actually give you an opportunity to do both at the same time. I don't know where you're based, Yusuf, but you'll need to find. In the UK, it's quite difficult. I would say most schools will not teach both simultaneously. However, international schools across the world, some schools will teach both at the same time, giving students the opportunity to do A-levels and O-level at the same time. That's incredibly demanding, though, and I wouldn't suggest that. That'd be quite stressful as well. So I wouldn't recommend that to you in any stage as well. How can I get a partial scholarship for the MBA from Abdel? Abdel, welcome to stream and Ramadan Kareem to you. So we do have partial scholarships. So we have a partial scholarship that is automatically awarded for MBA students, and that is of £2,000. So the tuition fees for our MBA are £16,000, and you will be guaranteed a partial scholarship of 2. We also have an additional scholarship which you can apply for on our website. So if you go onto dmu.ac.uk and you search our scholarships page, you will find that there is what's called a Leicester Castle Business School MBA scholarship. And this one you will have to submit an application for. The details will be online. It's a very simple application process. Will only take you around 10 minutes to do. And I believe that scholarship has an additional £2,000 on top of the £2,000 that you're guaranteed. So it'll be a total of £4,000 scholarship there as well. We also offer full scholarships for that MBA program as well, which you can get more details online as well. So yeah, if you go onto that's dmu.ac.uk and go onto the international page, and if you go down to scholarships, you'll find all the details on how to apply for the scholarships. The one thing I would say is that you need to have an offer with us first to apply for the scholarship, because you'll need a student ID number. Once you apply, we'll give you an offer letter. It will have the student ID number on there, and you can go online and apply for your scholarship as well. If you do need any help or any guidance in terms of your scholarship application, please get in touch with either Bessa or myself or our local representative, Ahmed Shark, who's in the chat as well. And we'll give you some better ideas about how you can complete your scholarship application as well. Okay, some more questions. Sana, welcome to stream. Is it getting better with the lockdown in here? It is, yes. There's not been some great numbers that are coming out of the UK in terms of deaths from coronavirus, I'm afraid, because we've had a bit of a backlog in the reporting from care homes in the UK. So there has been a spike in deaths. But in general, the lockdown is working. It's definitely working, having an impact. The NHS has coped very, very well here. People are starting to go out more, that's for sure, even though the lockdown is still in place, because the weather's starting to get better here in the UK. People are starting to go out more. There's plans being announced to open schools, possibly in June, so possibly in a month's time for schools to open. Restaurants are starting to reopen as well, slowly, and measures are being slightly relaxed here as well. So Yeah, certainly things are getting better. The lockdown has achieved what, it is achieving what it was supposed to achieve, which was to sort of break the spike, or lower the spike in cases, which has definitely been the case. So things are definitely be improving. Inshallah, it will get better for this September, and things can get back to normal the way they were. But obviously, we have to be very, very careful in how we open ourselves. As a university, we're a big university. We've got 30,000 students. We need to make sure that everything's done nice and safe, and we'll only reopen the university when it's completely safe to do so, and our students are not at risk as well. Abdel, let me just scroll back up. Abdel, I know you had a question. Um, is it possible to do an MBA start in January 2021? Yes, the global MBA course will be running in January 21. So if you're undecided about whether to apply for September or January 21, you can apply for either. What I recommend doing: apply for the September intake, and then if you change your mind, get in touch with us, and you can push your offer back to January 2021. No problem. We have a big cohort of students who will start the MBA program in January 21. So that's a 15-month MBA program. £16,000 is the tuition fee. You'll have a mandatory. You'll also have a guaranteed. You have a guaranteed industrial placement as part of your MBA program as well, whether you start in September or January. So yeah, absolutely. If you need to get in touch about an application for that, get in touch with Bessa. They can get an application over to us right away. And like I said, if you want to apply for September, that's fantastic. Scholarship options will be the same for January and for September intake. What I recommend: apply for the September intake. Then if you do change your mind, etc., or have any issues that delay your study, then just push the entry back to January 21. That's no problem at all. Nayad, welcome to the stream. Thank you for your questions. So you've asked about masters in marketing and a preparation year. So yes, we do have a masters in marketing, and this is a masters in marketing management. So that is basically, as it sounds, that is a one-year course that prepares you to be. It assumes that you've got a bit of marketing experience, or that you've got a bachelor's in marketing, and that course is really designed to accelerate your career in the marketing field, essentially, so you can be a manager in the marketing field, and instead of working for 5-10 years and building yourself up to a management position, that will give you all the skills and experience that you need to be a manager in that field straight away. A preparation year. So we do offer what's called a pre-masters course, and this is dependent on your bachelor degree score, and if you don't have a marketing background. But it's reasonably rare for students to need this in marketing. It's just that marketing is very adaptable, and students can enter marketing with a lot of different backgrounds. Marketing is also very easy to do as an extracurricular activity in a job, etc. So usually a pre-masters isn't needed. If you do need one, for example, if you have a really low score in your bachelor degree, we have different pre-masters programs based on your score and your experience. So it's unlikely to be a year long. It's most likely going to be either one term or it's going to be 2 terms. And once we get your application in, we can assess that. But like I said, a lot of the time a pre-masters isn't needed. But once we sort of get your documents and understand a little bit about your case, we can make that assessment for you and decide whether you're acceptable for the direct entry or that you need the pre-masters program as well. Pre-masters, like I said, it's on our campus as well. It's very affordable. Nearly all of our students progress from the pre-masters. So yeah, it's a very accessible program. You won't be treated any differently from a DMU student, and gives you a really good opportunity actually to do well in your course. A lot of our students that do pre-masters or foundation programs are very successful on the course, so it's a good option should you need it. Right, so I'm getting a few more in. I know I'm being a bit slow, but I'll try and get to everyone. Please say, is any university that give online postgraduate degrees? Yes. So here at Montfort University, yes, we do postgraduate degrees online, what we call distance learning, in various different fields. Particularly business, humanities, etc. Some sciences. If you check out our website or let me know in the stream, particularly which stream you're looking for, I can advise a bit better. Obviously, online degrees are a bit hard to do in topics where you're in disciplines where you're going to be in a laboratory, like life sciences or engineering or possibly computing or cybersecurity, etc. These programs are quite difficult to do online for obvious reasons. So we don't offer any online programs there, but courses like business, humanities, some sciences, law, in particular, we've got a very, very strong postgraduate law offering. We can do them online, absolutely no problem. We also do online research degrees as well. So obviously, if it's in a non-practical subject, we can do what's called an IPhD. So we understand that students will have jobs, they will have families in their home countries, and we have what's called an IPhD, which is very, very affordable and means that students don't actually ever need to come to the UK. Potentially, they could actually only ever come to the UK for 2 weeks in their whole research degree, which is really, really useful and very, very practical, especially in today's environment where coronavirus is limiting travel and potentially might limit on-campus teaching as well. So yeah, get in touch with us. Get in touch with us, or get in touch with Bessa if you want to know more about online teaching or blended teaching. Right, so apologies, I'm a bit behind on all these questions. I will get to you in a second. Omar Abdulaziz, thank you very much. Fantastic. So Omar Abdulaziz, so you are, yeah, you're doing biomedical, and you're a medical student in the 3rd year at the moment. Yeah, so potentially what you could potentially do, Omar, is potentially have you could transfer. So we don't do what's called a credit transfer. It's a bit different from that, but basically we offer what's called advanced entry. So students that have already studied a lot of topics in biomedical science, we can have a look at their application and assess them for direct entry onto the final year, which is obviously saves you time and money. And means you can complete our degree potentially in the 3rd or the 2nd year. We'll need to make that assessment. Obviously, once we get your transcripts from you, we need to know what modules you've done well in, what topics you've covered, which university you've been to, etc. And we do this on a case-by-case basis. So we will look at advanced entry potentially to the biomedical to our biomedical BSc to the 3rd year. Based on all of your circumstances. So if you want to assess you, you'll need to just complete an application form with all your transcripts, any work experience, etc. is really useful as well. We can then assess your case, Omar, and we can see if we can admit you to either the 2nd year of biomedical science or to the 3rd year, or the 3rd and final year of biomedical science as well. Scroll down. Apologies, I know these questions are coming in pretty quick and I'm lagging a bit behind. Thank you, Ahmed. Right, thank you all. Right, anyone new to the stream, you have the floor. Please ask me any questions you would like answering. I've got about 10 minutes left on this stream, so if there's anything that I haven't covered or you weren't around to hear, then please let me know right away, and I'll be happy to cover any topics that you wish to cover or answer any questions that you may have about studying in the UK or studying at our university. So I'm just going to scroll through now to see if I missed any questions. I know there's a few comments that came in. Thank you, Omar. Yeah, please get in touch. Yeah, please get in touch if you need any help with the application. We're more than happy to help you with that. Right, fantastic. Right, if you are new to the stream, please let me know if you have any questions at all, if there's any topics you want me to cover. I'll be around for another 10 minutes or so, so please let me know if you have any questions at all that you need me to ask. I'll just check my messages. Right, just getting some messages on how to apply. So, like I said, if you get in touch with Bessa about the application process, they're very, very professional in how they deal with this. They'll be in touch with the university and manage all of your documents. So get the application through Bessa and get it over to us straight away. We can issue a conditional offer within 3 days. So I've just got a message about this lion. So this is actually our mascot. This is Monty the lion, our mascot, who travels with us everywhere. Everywhere we travel around the world. So we've got students from about 135 different countries. We have 9 different offices around the world as well, and have representatives in 12 different countries. So this is our mascot that follows us everywhere around the world, and when we're doing our recruitment. Let me just check these messages. If you are new to the stream, please let me know. Any questions you want me to ask, any topics you want me to cover, happy to help. Yeah, Amma, yes, someone from Bessa, either Ali or Mohammed, will reply to your comment very, very shortly, Amma, with the details on how we can apply. I think it is. If you scroll up, I think it has already been put in the comments. But if you you can either ping them a message on here, and they'll get back to you, or they'll reply to your message as well. Okay. I'll be online for just another 10 minutes. So if there's anyone that has any more questions or topics they want me to cover, then please let me know. I think we've covered entry criteria, we've covered scholarships, we've covered the September intake, we've covered a few different courses, we've covered English language tests. What else have we covered? We've covered MBAs, we've covered research, we've covered biomedical science. What else have we covered? If there's anything else you feel I've missed out, or anything else you want a bit more detail in, happy to spend the last sort of 10 minutes or so covering that. Right, let me just check these messages. Okay, just getting a few messages saying how can we contact you? If you go onto our website, so dmu.ac.uk, you can be in touch with us. So my details are on there. Also, our regional representative Ahmed Al Shakawi, he's based in Cairo. His details will be on there too. Email, WhatsApp, etc. is absolutely fine. Our details are on there. Also, if you want to be added to our WhatsApp group, so we have a offer holder WhatsApp group just for students from the Middle East region. That's really useful, a really useful platform to get all the latest information from, etc. Live streams like this we do quite regularly within our offer holders. So let either myself or Ahmed Shark, who's in the chat, let either myself or him or myself know, and we'll get you added to the offer holder WhatsApp group. And then you can speak with us and our representatives. You can speak with current students as they're active in this group. There's Arabic speakers in there. Obviously, I'm just an English speaker. I'm afraid you can ask your questions in Arabic. You can also meet some other other students that potentially will be coming to study at DMU in September too as well. So you can make friends before you come. You can also make arrangements for shared accommodation, etc. And it's just a really good way of keeping updated with things that are happening in the university as well. So yeah, so that is our offer holder WhatsApp group. Drop myself or Shark a message, and we'll get you added to that group. And then potentially you can ask as many questions as you wish any time during the day. So yeah, get in touch if you want to know more about our WhatsApp group. I'll also try and ping the joining message as well inside the chat here, so you can click on that, and we'll get a way of getting advertised through better as well. Sorry, I'm a bit behind. We've got some new comments. 1 second. Oh, Ahmed, you are kind. Right, pre-sessional English. Yeah, so I'll just cover that quickly. So pre-sessional English, we have courses starting online very soon, and that will be from IELTS level 4.5 all the way to students being graduated from IELTS level 6.5. So that one the level 4.5 starts in June. And will be delivered online for obvious reasons. It's not safe or applicable to do this at the DMU campus, at the English school yet. So that will be delivered online by our world-leading academics. At the moment, the course prices listed online are quite affordable, but that doesn't reflect the fact that they'll be delivered online. So within around 5 days, we will actually have a better pricing model due to the fact that these pre-sessional English courses will be delivered online. So what we just need from you is we need to know what your level of English language is. So for example, if your level of English is 5.5 and you need to get to 6, we will have a 4-week course which will get you to that level. If you are level 4.5 and you need to get to 6.5, we will have a 16-week course which will get you from 4.5 to 6.5. So what we need to do is just assess where you are, what your current level of English language is, and then we can offer you a pre-sessional course delivered online by our academics that will get you entry to our courses guaranteed. They are very affordable, the pricing. If you go onto our website, in general, it's around £1,200 per 4 weeks of pre-sessional. However, like I said, over the next 5 days, we will change our pricing model for pre-sessional English to make it easier for students and reflect the fact that it's actually going to be delivered online at the moment. We also have a pre-sessional that will get you entry to January programs as well. As obviously, we have we have 60 courses that we're running in January, so we will have an entry for pre-sessional English that will actually gain entry to those courses as well. If you need any more information about that, about pre-sessional, which one is the right pre-sessional course, because there's a few routes that get you to your desired outcome, let us know and we can talk that through with you and make an assessment of what is your current level of English language, and we can get you onto the right course as well. Down. Right, I've got about 3 minutes left on the stream, so if you have any questions at all, please let me know. And I think we've got a few more entering the stream, but you've got 2 minutes. If you've got any topic that you feel I haven't covered or you want information about, please let me know. You'll have about 30 seconds to ask and about 2 minutes of me answering. So if you are new to the stream, please pop your question in. If you do have any question you'd like to afterwards, drop myself a message. So I'm Richard Newbury. Drop me a message on Facebook or drop Ahmed or need help with your application, etc. So that's myself, Richard Newbury, or Ahmed Shark, or Bessa will be thrilled to help you start your journey of studying at DMU.